Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunadira Vanachari Yamunadira Vanachari Yamunadira Vanachari Radha Madhava Punjarihari Radha Madhava Punjarihari Jaya Radha Madhava Punjarihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Radha Gopinath Radhe Jaya Radha Gopinath Radhe Jai Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jai Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayavudayate Nashtaprayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavadineshiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devigi Nandanaya Cha Nandagova Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpade Govisa Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanjana Gaudange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sadadevi Pranamami Haripare Panchakalpa Dhuruvasya Kripa Sandhavaivacha Paditanam Bhavane Pyo Vishnave Pyo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Gadadha Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for today's class. I'm extremely thankful for Pramadayal Guru for giving opportunity to speak something about Ramayana. So we'll continue where we left last time. Before that, we'll chant Valmiki Suri. Kujandam Rama Ramedi Maduram Madurakshaham Aditya Kavida Sagam Mante Valmiki Gogilam Valmiki Muni Samyasya Kavida Vacharini Sriman Ramakada Nadam Gonayadi Parangadim. Hare Krishna. So last time left, where we'll continue from where we are left now. Last time we saw Dasara Maharaj completed Putragama Yajna. After that, he got the nectar. So we left there. We'll continue from there. So as soon as he got that paisam from before that we gave something about the how this our demigods pray to Brahma, these atrocities of Ravana that we discussed now, and one or two things from there will continue that I not done completely how Ravana was capturing and all these we'll talk about that. See, it seems Ravana completely conquered all the demigods, and most of the demigods were cutting vegetables in his kitchen. And actually, when we used to go on the step of to getting into his throne, there are 18 steps. It is stated there he has got 18 steps. Out of the 18 steps, he kept the Navagraha on the 9 steps. He used to step on that each Navagraha and climb on this throne. That was he was doing. There is one particular story. Narada Muni happened to come one day. That particular story is a real twist actually. Narada Muni came to when Ravana was going to the throne. No? He came to the particular spot. He told Ravana, but one particular that your Navagraha is not cooperating with you. Instead of going on the back and climbing the steps, why can't you put that particular graha in that facing the you step on the chest instead of on the back. So he also said something is troubling for what Narada Muni is saying is correct like that. That particular the Navagraha is Sani. Actually, Sani, if we start with anybody, the Sani it will be a distraction. So Narada Muni told this one Ravana, you make the Sani to look upward, so you climb on the chest so that his hunger will be defeated. So actually, and he also, according to the instruction of Narada Muni, he put the Sani facing the on the this roof. The Sani is facing the standing at the roof. So that particular time was a distraction for Ravana began actually. This all this yajna, all this happening, Putragama all started from that time. So we'll go ahead further, and that Dasarada has distributed this the paisam to the 3 principal queens. When the Putragama from the fire, sacrificial fire, a very effulgent personality came and instructed Dasarada Maharaj, you give this paisam to principal queens. With a clear instruction he was given to him. It is not that you can give to anybody. You have to give to the principal queen. That means here, what is the qualification for them to receive? They should be qualified to receive the paisam. It is not that he can give to. Out of that, you choose the principal 3 queens of the principal queen choose, and he gave the paisam to them. First, he gave the paisam to Kausalya. Whatever is the contents of paisam, he divided it half. He half gave to Kausalya. Kausalya is stated here is Srileka. Srileka means that means Hirileka, not Srileka. Hirileka. Hirileka means he possessed and spread divine virtue. And as soon as she received this paisam, she took immediately and she prayed, and I want a son who will be the king of the world. With this attitude, she consumed immediately. She got a lot wrong. Dasarada gave half of that to Sumitra. Half of it to second wife Sumitra. She is called Srileka. He is endowed with opulence and shared the quality with those connected with her. So after receiving that paisam, she kept it in hand. She did not consume immediately. She was kept in hand. Then Dasarada body weight divided what is remaining the half. She gave to Kaikeyi, the third wife. Kaikeyi was called Kirtileka. Kirtileka endowed with glory and fame. she too shared his quality. And what she did now, as soon as she got, she consumed immediately. And what is left in the pot again, she gave to again Sumitra. That means Sumitra got two share. So actually here it is stated here, even though these queens were qualified, but they got the children as per their meditation before consuming this poison. So Dasarada, now that Dasarada, see, the Sumitra held both that immediately when the poison was given to, she did not consume it. She was contemplating that my son who is going to take birth in me has to serve the Kausalya's son as well as Kaigeyi's son. That she was Sumitra with this contemplating, and also she was epitomized by service and cooperation. That was her mood. After the actually normal children, normally the normal child will born for 10 months or 9 months. But here, the divine, since they are divine, they were in the womb of a mother for 12 months. Actually, first, after end of the 12 months, first Kausalya gave birth to Lord Ram. The Lord Ram appeared in Navami and Chaitanya in the Nakshatra, Punarvasu Nakshatra. And after that, it is described that the beauty of Ram, and he was like a green emerald, and she was shining with the black hair, and also his body was like a soft like a butter. So as soon as the child was born, that it was informed to Dasarada Maharaj, child was born like that. He came running. Actually, in fact, it stated there, the distance between this palace to the maternity ward is seems very big. The way in which walking with anticipation. When he reached there, by seeing this, by seeing the child, he was so much mesmerized, and the person who gave the news of the delivery of the child, he gave a lot of donation. That day he gave that he has given relaxation for these 7 years. There will be no taxation. And he also said anybody can walk into this the treasury and take whatever he wanted. So like that, he becomes so happy. What it is stated here, when somebody is happy and he has to distribute whatever he have to others, that the happiness is distributed not by accumulating the wealth. When you are happy means you have to distribute to others. You have to share your joy with others. That's the mood of in which Dasarada Maharaj has distributed. Actually, it is also stated here, when Ram was, as soon as Ram was born, both Sumitra and Kaigeyi came to the Kausalya's maternity ward and want to see the child. When they came, actually both the child from the womb of mother Sumitra and Kaigeyi, they were as if giving, there was a movement in the womb, as if they are trying to touch the lotus feet of Lord Ram. That's the indication they got. Immediately, she also got delivered to the next. Kaigeyi gave the birth to Bharat Maharaj. She was in the Dasami, she was born on the Dasami day, and Pushrami star was her star. And it is after the same day in the noon, Sumitra gave birth to twins. That's Alshlesha Nakshatra, both the children were born. So, after that, it becomes this one. After 11 days over, name giving ceremony was there. There, Vasishtha was called for name giving ceremony. As soon as he was, the Vasishtha was contemplating what name I should give. While contemplating, he suddenly got the name Ram. Actually, it is stated here, it is not, he did not give the name. Name revealed to him. You give the name like Ram. And Vasishtha gave Kaigeyi Bharat. The meaning of Ram is who give pleasure to others. And the Kaigeyi's son, he gave the name Bharat. Bharat means one will take a big load on his head. That will say. But actually, Bharat was taking 14 years of exile period. he was taking the entire burden on him. Just 1 minute. Sorry. See, he was taking the 14 years of exile. There is a big burden. Actually, people are accusing him, and the only thing is what he kept is, in order to keep the name, what he has given the word to Ram, he has to honor the word, because he was taking a lot of burden. And Sumitra's sons, Lakshmana and Shatrughna, were what epitome of service. As Lakshmana was serving Ram, Shatrughna was serving Bharat. That was the mood in which he was there. So it is given here. The Ram is Ram, you can say, epitome of truthfulness, and Lakshmanan and truthfulness, and also he listened to the instruction of superior. These are the two things which Ram followed throughout his life. And Lakshman example by the totality of the serving through the mind, words, and action. He never deviated anything, any time for his comfort. He was always interested in serving 24 hours long service. Bharata showed the world that he has to obey the instructions of Ram. Whatever may be discomfort for him also, people will be accusing him, he did not mind anything. He has to serve the Lord. Fourth is Shatrughna served, instead of serving the Lord directly, he was interested in serving Bharat, who is the devotee of Lord Ram. That was in which he was there. And also in the society level, if you see, Ram represent Dharma. And duty and morality are Artha. Artha represent our Lakshman. Kama represent wealth and prosperity, represented Bharat. Moksha is this. Shatrughna is Kama. Moksha is represented Bharat Maharaj. So now it is here. Subhalas will state very nicely in this particular Ramayana series. Whenever Artha is employed in service of Dharma, in serving Dharma, that is the highest wisdom will be there. And wherever this Kama is the desire is directed towards moksha, that will be perfection. If the situation is changed, if Artha and Kama is together, then it will become material. It will become material. It is not a spiritual. So that we should be careful. That is why when you are following the spiritual path, on our own we can't understand many things. By this Ramayana, the story of epics, we understand how Lord Ram himself lived. When he say Maryada Purusha, he also lived according to his the human, how the human has to live. He is lived by his own example. And fundamental level say Rama is the supreme personality Godhead. Bharat Maharaj represents Sudarshan Chakra. Lakshman represents another Sesha, and Shatrughna represents Panchasenya Shankar. So now we have seen all these potency of all these four personalities of all Vishnu form, and now we will see why the Lord appeared in the middle world. This is very important for us to understand. Why Paritranaya Sadhana Vinashaya Dushkanam Dharma Samstavanaya Arthaya Sambhavai. We know that Lord, whenever there is a decline in the religious thing, Lord appear. One is also protect the devotees, annihilate these miscreants. That is another one purpose. And second reason is to protect. The first is the annihilate is one is to protect. The two reasons are there. And third reason what is given confidentially, the different devotees want different rasas according to the relationship is there, that is there. And now here we see once Lakshmi Devi was complaining to Lord Vishnu. So Lakshmi Devi came to the middle world somewhere, some different occasion, and he saw The middle world, the husband and wife are spending very quality time, which each together. They got some private time. Here Lakshmi is complained to Vishnu. I am always surrounded by many devotees, and even if no devotees are there, another station is always in front with us, 24 hours. So even I can't any reveal my heart to you. So this is, but I want to take off time from you and spend some quality time with you. Then Ram immediately said, we go as Ram and Sita, we'll go to the middle world and spend a lot of time. That is the reason also to for them to they went to the exile to also to reason to fulfill the obligation of Lakshmi. Fourth reason is very important is actually Ishwagu dynasty was worshipping Lord Ranganath. Actually, Lord Ranganath deity was given to Brahma by Vishnu has given Lord Ranganath deity to Brahma for worship. Brahma worshipped for some time. Then Brahma gave to Ishwagu dynasty. The ancestor of Solar dynasty was given. Dasarath Maharaj also worshipped the Ranganath deity. And Ranganath felt his worship not up to the standard. So he wants the standard of the worship to be increased. So there, Lord Ram himself came and worshipped Ranganath deity. It is stated here, Lord Ranganath facial expression and Ram facial expression are similar. So now after Lord came and worshipped Ranganath, that standard of service, deity worship become very high. These are the four reasons for Lord's appearance. And now we see how the children grow in that age when they become this one. So one day, when we were very child, when we were very small, no, they were crying when they were little children. They were born. They were crying continuously. So actually, they called the medical attendant. They called the nurses. So many things happened. Nothing happened. So finally, these queens decided to let us call our family guru Vasishtha. Vasishtha came there. He observed continuously all the four children were crying. So they were kept in different places. Then he moved a selective choice. Ram, where the Ram cradle was there, he brought a cradle of Lakshman and kept it near this Ram cradle. And secondly, where Bharat was there, he kept the cradle of Shatrugna closer to Bharat cradle. So actually the cries subsided, but it did not stop. Then Vasishtha did one thing amazing. He took the Lakshman and placed it on the same cradle of Lord Ram. Immediately they stopped. They were hugging each other. They were spending very nice time. Discomfort was there, but they were very happy. Similarly, he took this cradle of Shatrugna and put it in Bharata's cradle. They were happy. So from the beginning, the relation with the each other was built by the Vasishtha identified how they'll be each serving each other. They cannot remain separately. They want to be in each other's service. Like that, they understood. Now, when the age came, when the little children were grown, so they Dasarath Maharaj approached Vasishtha. It is time my children have become little big. We want to put in a Gurukul. So actually, Dasarath Maharaj, actually Vasishtha also waiting for an opportunity when this particular day will happen. When the Dasarath Maharaj is going to approach me, giving to the children, like that, he was contemplating. And Dasarath Maharaj was very happy and to give to Vasishtha for the Gurukul. So actually, when the ceremony was conducted, Dasarath Maharaj said to Vasishtha, I can't leave my children and go, especially Ram. I can't go without seeing him. I want to be here. You teach them, I will also learn along with them like that. But such time Vasishtha said, and your children are not ordinary children. They are special, just be given special care. You better go, then only I'll be able to give them instruction. Here, Dasarath was really telling, what is this? This family guru is supposed to listen to the king. He is giving me instruction. He was very much annoyed actually. But Vasishtha told, but these are not ordinary children. These are special children. So I have to give, I cannot follow the normal procedure. and of allowing your request to stay along with them. Like that, he somehow pacified Dasaratha Maharaj. Dasaratha Maharaj went out. Dasaratha Maharaj went, Vasishtha did something amazing. Vasishtha circumambulated all the 4 children 3 times and spoke to Ram, directly Ram. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Somehow you are allowing me this opportunity to teach you. Whatever I learned from you, I'm going to teach you. With this mood, Vasishtha Maharaj started teaching to the children very nicely. And Ram was exceeding in all whatever the Vasishtha taught. He was exceeding in all these skills. He could go on elephant, ride on elephant, horses, and expertise. All he was expert in bow and arrow. All these mandala he learned, and he was able to observe whatever Vasishtha was giving them. Actually, one day they want to test what they learned with somebody. One day they saw one small girl was walking around that particular place where Vasishtha was teaching. So Ram indicated to Lakshman, we want to test our whatever we learned. You try to, that girl was having a nose ring. Try to take out the ring from her. Like that, Ram instructed. He tried to make the ring into small one, that it was squeezing her and she was getting very pain. Immediately, Ram shot another arrow and make it a big one so that she was comfortable. And but she did not harm her. This particular arrow did not harm her at all. She was she was thinking, how these boys can do like that. She was thinking. As she was thinking, Lakshman did very amazing one. She released one arrow in such a way that nose ring came out of her nose, it went on the sky. She was alarmed, she was calling and again she was crying and all. Immediately Ram brought that the nose ring from the top and put it on nose. And actually, when they saw that girl, he was the particular the miracles they are doing, she was actually want to know who are they, what is that they. By the time the Vasishtha came, they ignored that girl, and the Vasishtha taught them lesson like that. So we now learned what are the lessons. Whatever we discuss this one, we'll learn some lessons from here. When I told you already, when you are celebrating, what is the meaning of celebration? Celebration means you have to make people around you happy. How people around you happy? By distributing whatever you have in abundance to others. And it is stated here, when a person gives something, when a person gives something to others, actually he'll be benefited more. He'll receive more than what he is giving. That's in receiving, in giving you are receiving actually. That's here Dasaratha Maharaj, when he was happy, his happiness is distributed to others, his citizens. He shared his joy with others. That is actually the celebration means sharing your joy with others. So now one of the quality of Ram, that is Dasaratha Maharaj, we'll see as we further go, we see one of the quality of Ram is, before the incarnation of Lord Ram, actually he called all these saintly people and his ministers to find out their view, because Dasaratha is a king. He wants to implement the decision. But here his rule was not only he was taking decision, everybody is involved for consultation. He called his gurus, his family, saintly person, elderly person, his ministers, in asking their opinion. What is the view? I am thinking, because the Dasaratha Maharaj had in a mirror he saw a white hair near his ear. So that particular hair, that white hair is talking to Dasaratha Maharaj. It is better for you to expedite my mission of the killing the Ravana that has come. So that's why Dasaratha Maharaj, he was sawing his face every day. That particular day, that white hair spoke to Dasar Maharaj, you incarnate your son as a king. So that no Ravana can be. That's a plan of that white hair was talking to Dasar Maharaj. So that day he decided, I want to make my son as this one. I want to go to the forest. That was the idea Dasar Maharaj had the previous night. Next day morning, he called all the ministers and councillors for discussion. And he told this assembly, this is my desire, what do you want to say? Everyone was telling it is good and you do it immediately and we are happy that you instead why not tomorrow, immediately incarnate, no, give the incarnation ceremony like that they were telling. And Dasara Maharaj was asking, do you want to know what is the reason? It is a sentimental reason or why they are just to please that Dasara Maharaj, they're telling that he was thinking. He asked them, what is the reason for you to this will make Lord Ram as a king? So some of them said, Lord Ram is our like a family member. Whenever if we have some distress or we are going through some difficulty, he comes to our house. He shares this the sorrow along with us. He actually cries more than us. Similarly, when you are joyful, when you are celebrating, he comes along with us to celebrate our joy. So that means the Lord Ram is available to anybody at any time. That was the mode of the king of Lord Ram. And thus here, so actually normally the king means no, he will not mix with people. King will only send the ministers for the consultation here. The Ram position is not like he was not keeping any the distance between them. He was closer to them. That's why they were told Dasara Maharaj, he is like our representative on the kingdom. That's why we want to. Dasara Maharaj was very, very happy that Lord Ram has established name among the citizens. So actually, when Kaikeyi took the poison, and she at that time she was very, very, very kind person. She was telling my son to be the son should be the servant of Ram. That was her intention on which he took. That's why Bharat Maharaj, even though Bharat Maharaj was living in this many years in his maternal uncle's house in Kaikeyi Desha, but he was always contemplating how to give joy to Ram. That was he was always serving the Lord Ram in letter and spirit actually. This I told Bharat doesn't want to rule. But finally, when Ram said, you rule on behalf of me, he has to accept his decision and ruled actually. And it is stated there, Bharat Maharaj ruled the kingdom in such a way that treasury was 10 times more than what is handed out to him. Even though he was ruling as the king in Nandigram, not in the Ayodhya, outskirt of Nandigram, he was reporting every day the report to the Paduka, what is happening like that. He was taking care of each citizens where individually he was taking care of as if it was Lord Ram, his rules like that. So he was interested in serving others. Here the wealth, Lakshman is respected as Artha. Artha means wealth. What is the wealth of Lakshman? Lakshman wealth is serving the Lord Ram. That means Lakshmi Bari. It's called Lakshmi Bari. He was always interested to serve the Lord. He did not want anything for him. Even the 14 years of exile, that Lakshman did not think about the mother and wife anytime. He was always interested in only serving this Lord. That was his mission actually. Because mother and wife gave a special instruction to forget about us, to serve only the Lord Ram. Here, the Shatrugna, last time also I told you, Shatrugna Shatrugna means he is he was ruling, he was winning in all the battle. But it is stated here, he only killed one Lavanasura. That's the only demon he killed. He did not kill anybody. Why the particular name was given in Shatrugna means, but he was now, actually he wants to desire to serve Lord Ram. But he was controlling all his tendency. Instead of serving the Lord Ram, he was forcefully serving the devotees of Lord Ram, Bharat Maharaj. That was, he was able to do that. One of the difference between this Lord appearance and our appearance, there are two things. Lord appear because of on his own will is appearing. Is not because of somebody. Here he appeared because of fulfilling the desire of demigods. To alienate this Ravana, he appeared is here. But actually, but we are taking birth because of karma. Because of karma, we are forced to take a birth so that we suffer the karma, and either we repent the karma, we go through this what is called this reformative process of rectifying ourselves and going to the spiritual world, or this karma will force you to take another birth. If you are getting entangled in these the three modes, mode of ignorance, passion, and goodness. Only if we revolve around the three modes, we'll be forced to take a birth. If we become a Suddha Sattva, the mode of pure goodness, then we'll be able to take up spirituality and go to the spiritual world. So here we see many rasas are there. The primary rasas of one is Santarasa, Dasya Rasa, Sakya Rasa, Vasilya Rasa, Madhurya Rasa. See, Santarasa is exhibited by the trees, river, the stone, all inanimate things. Dasya Rasa is exhibited by Hanuman, especially the Hanuman was interested only serving, nothing else, like Lakshman. They were interested in serving physical and menial service. Sakya Rasa means the friendly relation, like Arjuna. The best example is Arjuna, Vivat, and Uddhavji. They were all moving with friends, friendly. Even in this rasa of Sakya Rasa, and the love, the reverence was not missing at all. Even though Arjuna knows he was friendly with Krishna, he was always aware Krishna is the supreme personality of God. Even Uttamji also, he was very close, he was minister of Lord Krishna. Even then, you know what is limit. He was a minister. That does not mean he is the superior to Krishna. He was always subordinate to him. Vasilya like Dasara Maharaj, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mai, all these Vasilya Rats. Madhurya like Mother Sita, and she was serving physically and emotionally. But in this rasa with the Lord Ram, with the Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, you will not find anything material. Everything is spiritual. That's why when we when we heard about something about Rasa Lila and all, we should not think this is containing something about mundane things. This is something beyond material thing. That's why they were able to spend how many hours of dancing they should with Krishna. One day of Brahma. We will not be able to think by our own imagination. That's why something which is spiritually, you can't put your logic and your intelligence in the picture. You have to see with your spiritual vision. That's why the acharyas plays a major role in revealing the secret to us actually. So it is stated here, normally children will the birth of in the mother's womb for 9 months. But here they stayed in the mother's womb for 12 months. During the period, they were contemplating, praying to the Lord. We want some exalted sense. That's why they took this one. And another thing, the Paisam, even though Dasara Maharaj had 353 wife, but Dasara Maharaj took only 3 of them. They did not give to anybody, because after giving this Paisam, that is very spiritual, has been given to somebody with qualified. Then only we will result in this one. Here it is given, when a fertile land, when seeds are thrown, you will get that crop will come very nicely. Similarly, when it is given to a qualified person, you will get exalted person. That we understand from here. Here, very important thing is, when we are doing this, especially Ranganath Puja, we are talking about the 4th reason for appearance of Lord Ram is to take care of the deity worship. Even though the deity worship was carried out from Ishwagudanis together, they felt it was not qualitatively, it was worship. That what is important here is, instead of doing anything with quantity, in the aim of quantity, better we have to do whatever you do, we have to do with qualitatively, sincerely, very pleasing. Then it becomes pleases the Lord. So here Lakshman represents living entity. We are like a living entity. We are the Atma. The Lord Ram represents God. When living entity serves the Lord, and it becomes naturally satisfied. If living entity, instead of serving the Lord, is trying to serve the material things, whatever you have, whatever endeavor you take, whatever your trouble you take, and you also enjoy illusorily that you are enjoying. All these will not give happiness to the heart. Only by uh, only by serving the Lord. That means like the parts serving the whole. There's, like Prabhupada gives an example. If a screw is removed from the machine, is thrown on the ground, the screw has no value. But the same machine, if fitted to that whole machine, the screw has got value because it is identified something with the whole. Similarly, as a soul, Atma, we have to connect with Paramatma. When we are connected with Paramatma, we also shine. Without Paramatma being the picture, we only suffer. And we have also stated here, Valmiki Muni has described this childhood pastime only in the turn verse. But here, for that explanation, our Subhalas Guru gives this. But these all, because he was Maryada Purusha. That's why Lord Ram did not exhibit any frank like our Krishna. He did not play any joke with anybody except she played a joke with our Mantra. For this, she has paid a heavy price. And also, that particular girl I told, this one incident where the ring was thrown. Other than that, Ram was living a natural life as a what is called as an example of human person should live. Like that, he exemplified his human this aspect here. And here, one important thing we learned about is one more thing we learned with this. We close one particular thing. Here, when they were studying, they were also playing nicely with these. Among them, all the 4 children are playing. One day, Ram and Lakshman and this Shatrughan and Bharat, they were playing with the mud ball. So Ram saw Mantra coming around that particular area. She actually, with the mud ball, she was making this ball to fall, this particular ball to come on their mother's head. It will fall on them. Everything will be muddy, their clothes. Similarly, when Mantra came there, Lord Ram took one arrow and put one mud ball and shot at the hunchback of Mantra. Immediately, it hit this hunchback of Mantra. It ball busted, and all the children laughed. Mother also laughed. But actually, Mantra took it very seriously. See, she did not take it in a lighter mood. She became very, very angry with the Lord Ram. And he actually, particular time, she exhibited anger in chastising Lord Ram. And Kaikeyi was present that time. Kaikeyi pacified her and took her separately. It becomes cool now. But actually, Mantra, this particular incident, she carried in her heart. After 20 years of 20 years of that, she took this particular revenge in planning for exile of Lord Ram. That's why it is stated here, we do not harm anybody. Because if you harm somebody, if you're insulted, if something becomes painful, they will carry the grudge always with them. We don't know when they will exhibit that, when they will come to your trouble, we don't know. That's why better to not to harm anybody, even if they're insignificant. This Mantra is insignificant. She's only a servant maid. But she got a power to influence Kaikeyi. So we don't know what is the position of somebody's relation. We cannot understand. That's why it is one of the lesson is we have to be very, very careful. We should be very sober and handle things and around us. Even for even if it is a small, even if you're a servant, even if a very menial driver, you will not even chastise them. You can get the work only by the pleasing words, by the reciprocation, giving some kind of a charity, giving some gift. By that you can win. Actually, they will do more work than what they are expected to give by salary. So that's the lesson we learned from here, from the life story of Lord Ram. And we'll continue whenever the Paramada will give an opportunity, we'll continue further. So we'll stop here, Bruni.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
To stop here?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you, bro, all the devotees for taking valuable time and